Hello, I'm FJX and you might recall how recently I showed off Minecraft's lowest resolution texture pack that can exist. It's a 1x1 texture pack, it looks something like this, and although everything should look as bad as it humanly can, a lot of people actually kind of like the stylistic look. There's a few things that are hard to get on board with, such as llamas and things like that, but there's a lot of things that people loved about this and that they prefer to regular Minecraft, despite it being objectively worse, right? And this is why I figured it'd be a great opportunity to talk about the paradox of higher resolution texture packs, because despite adding so much more detail, despite the highest resolution texture pack in Minecraft having 1,000,000 pixels per block, in spite of that, it doesn't look as good as you might necessarily expect, and let me explain why with today's video, which hopefully you all do enjoy. But let's get straight into the 1024 by 1024 textures, because this is the latest texture pack, and as you can see, despite being 1024 by 1024, there's immediately some issues that come to mind, and I figured let's spend today's video talking about why that is. Why does increasing the resolution by 1,000,000 times, adding so much more detail, make something worse? So first of all, let's dive into exactly what this texture pack is, because again, it's the latest 1024 by 1024. I have to use the 1.12 version. The 1.13 literally does not run for reasons that are complex, and this is the most highly praised 1024 texture pack. A lot of people play this as their, dive into how great Minecraft can look, especially when you combine it with, having shaders and everything else. But just looking at the texture pack itself, you can see why people like it so much. You can see some details immediately where you're like, oh my god, that is so much more detailed than regular Minecraft is. The grass, for instance, it's still got the same, shape because this is just a texture pack, but look at the detail on that grass. It looks like real grass, just in a weird way, and when you look from a distance, it looks like there is just actual grass on the ground. So, given that the texture pack looks so great in every individual texture, again, look at this grass, look at this tall grass, look at the, the grass block right there. There's so many different amazing things to point out. Mobs aren't changed, by the way, at all, but there's so many amazing things to point out. So how does the texture pack as a whole kind of fail? Because if you look at any real distance from stuff, it gets kind of fuzzy, right? It's weird. Despite having higher resolution, it looks worse to see that granite from here than it does in default. Significantly worse. It looks like there's just some weird visual noise going on right there, and that's one of the rather interesting facts, because despite the fact that it looks visually noisy, if we get really close to this, as you can see, this is one of the most beautiful textures. I want to clarify, there is 1,000,000 pixels on this block right here. 1024 by 1024 is that number on screen, over 1,000,000, compared to 256 on a regular Minecraft texture. This means 4,000 more pixels than a regular Minecraft block, and it means the detail is truly endless. It's really hard. You have to zoom in super far before you can see anything resembling a pixel. There is so much detail here, but yet in spite of that detail, it seems like there are issues. When we go back from it, you see that same fuzz going on, and this is actually true for most blocks in this texture pack. They have the same kind of issue where, despite being the highest resolution you can imagine, everything gets a little bit worse. And show you a few more blocks because I think this is just a beautiful texture pack to dive into. Look at the divide here between the diorite straight into the the coal right here. It looks amazing. Look at that coal deposit. It's just it's too unreal. It looks like we're playing like some parody version of Minecraft where it's trying to look too real. But no, this is a real Minecraft texture pack that some people really do prefer. And in case you want to see my favorite example, the leaves are the one that made me go, oh my god, this isn't Minecraft. This can't be real, because look at the detail on these leaves. Look how real these leaves actually look. Besides the dividing in the block, it's like, oh my god, this is some real tree that I'm looking at. Except no, it's a Minecraft tree, which is very clear when you start to see the edges and the corners of like, wait, these are leaves that go into a corner. But yeah, that is exactly what happens here. So yeah, long story short is that the Minecraft textures in this texture pack are all astounding by themselves. You can dive into pretty much any individual block that is retextured, because not all of them are, fun fact. But if you dive into pretty much any individual texture, you're like, whoa, that is too unreal. So how is it that all of this amazing stuff has that paradox of looking terrible? How does the best looking texture pack look the worst? And I guess there's a few simple explanations for that one. So the first one is that resolution is all this texture pack is doing. It's increasing the resolution on every individual block, so wood or anything else like that. They all have a lot more resolution going on with them. And that sounds great on the surface because resolution equals good. Because if we take this video, for instance, here's what this video looks like in 1x1. It's just a big pixel. You can't see anything, just all being averaged out. Here's what this video looks like in 16x16, which is the Minecraft resolution. And here's what it looks like right now, which is just over 1024 by 1024. It's 1080p. But, as you can see, the video greatly improves from that distance to that distance. But it's not because of just, oh yeah, the resolution's going up. It's because we're taking advantage of that resolution. I've got the little face cam box here. We've got the game running at that full 1080p. We've got all these different things going together which are actually trying to take advantage of it. Whereas Minecraft doesn't have all of those extra things. Minecraft is just blocks, you know, they're squares that turn into cubes, or voxels is the official term, you know, just the big blocks that all have very rough edges, and when you take that, when you just try to increase the resolution without increasing the other things that need to go alongside it, so, for instance, what makes games beautiful is shaders. What makes games beautiful is not having rough corners. A lot of games, you know, go out of their way to avoid those rough edges, you know, AA and stuff, and because Minecraft is just keeping all those things the same, again, Minecraft doesn't even know this is such a high resolution texture pack, it doesn't, you know, all of this doesn't translate into beautiful, it translates into almost the uncanny valley. Seeing everything that should look bad, but yet seeing it look so much better, can cause some real, you know, issues up close. Like, even looking at this, some people don't like this grass, because it's like, no, it's too real, it's surreal seeing that next to the regular Minecraft texture, but also, having so much detail on every individual block means that seeing it from too far of a distance means that your eyes can't, you know, absorb all of that detail together. You know how when you're in the dark and your brain kind of invents that noise between them? It almost is the same effect, but in video, where it's like there is too much detail going on right there that the game can't properly display that. Because, you know, when you see this block up close, all of that 1024 by 1024 texture is visible on screen. You can see all of the granite that you want to be able to see. When we look at the stone over here, for instance, you're seeing all of the stone that the game and the texture wants you to see. However, from a distance, you're seeing that huge texture, that massively complex, that thing that the Laces, the guy who made this, works so long on. You're seeing that in just a few pixels, like 30 by 30, even less than that. And that's what causes the real issues in both playing this and, that's the weird paradox of making it so that this texture pack is a lot less playable, a lot harder to accurately play than everything else. There's too much detail for your brain to handle, and it's not properly, you know, integrated into all the other things that make a game look beautiful, so that even though every individual block looks beautiful, they don't combine to make a beautiful game. And I really love that, because it also, it goes to show that the 1024 by 1024 textures are incredibly rare, and it's not just for this reason. A lot of people would love to see Minecraft looking like this, and if you play Java Edition, you can. On Bedrock, it's currently 256 max, and that's just a weird limitation. But a lot of people would love to see their Minecraft looking this beautiful. But the reason that you don't see many of things like this, by the way, this is cobblestone. Look at the beauty of cobblestone right here. Has anyone ever said that sentence in past? I don't think they have. But the reason that they don't make many texture packs like this is because it's very demanding on your GPU. Right now, this is Minecraft is going steep into the 6 gigs of RAM. You know, not everyone has that much to spare on the Java Edition. Second of all, it's the fact that there is only so much texture space. Some textures have to be ignored in this. For instance, the mobs. And although that you get high resolution texture packs than even they have to focus on one particular type because there's only so much texture space they can actually use. So there's that issue. There's the fact that you don't even notice past a certain point, like this and the 256 by 256 texture pack. This is theoretically 16 times, oh wait, sorry, 8, yeah, no, sorry, this is theoretically 16 times better than that. You're theoretically getting 16 times more pixels, more detail, but it still just looks just as realistic because there is a, you know, drop-off point at which point you're just going past it to say that you've gone past it. And although there is some beauty, look at this wood, by the way. Like, every single texture in this village is just beyond comprehension beautiful. But it's, you know, there are points of diminishing returns, and this has definitely reached that. So yeah, Minecraft can look beautiful, and anything can look beautiful, but the number of trade-offs you need to, look at this glass, by the way. This is, again, every single texture which has any resemblance to real life is just insane how uncannily close it can get. This is better than most video games, and we're here in Minecraft. But the thing is there's so many trade-offs. To run this in 1.13, I literally can't on my machine. It doesn't work because I think it requires both Optifine and a graphics card that can do some particular calculations. Because getting even any graphics card to run this, you know, any game to run this, it's pretty tricky. And the fact that even I can't run that, you know, you might not have the same setup, is, you know, that says something about the unusability. The fact that they can only do most textures, you know, not all the textures, as you can see looking through here, a lot of textures are covered. If you want to see a carved pumpkin, they're gonna look, because this is my favorite example of one. This is uncarved, sorry. Oh no, it is carved. Where's the carving? But yeah, if you want to see a carved pumpkin, for instance, you're gonna be able to look at all of these blocks, and you're gonna see a lot of the detail. Oh my god. Look how much there is right there. But not every block can be covered, just as a sad consequence of how this goes. And oh, look at the wall, for instance. It's all so much. I want to spend the whole video just gawking at these things, but the long story short on this is there are so many trade-offs. You need to run a lot of other stuff to make this look anywhere near good, and the fact is that having a texture pack of this quality is mostly a novelty. It's mostly so you can go this close to the fences and be like, wow, that still looks like a fence. And the reality is most people don't admire Minecraft from up close. They admire Minecraft from a distance. They build most things to be admired from a distance. And this texture pack by itself doesn't do this. Even this texture pack with a lot of shaders isn't going to look as good as one that is 1/10th, 1/20th, 1/100th the resolution. And that is why Minecraft's default textures are 16 by 16, and why a lot of people never go above 64 or never go above 128, because there's diminishing returns in some places, and there is literally making it look worse in others. This texture is beautiful from up close, horrible from a distance. This is true for so much of this texture pack, and yeah, that's why the interesting paradox is that despite having a million times more detail, this theoretically looks pretty good, but let me show you again in one by one, because you can immediately see that it looks a little bit worse, but yet everything that's happening there is clear. The thing that was previously a visual fog where at least my eyes couldn't analyze all of that detail is now immediately visible. Those are villages going into the thing. There's a tree there. The terrain, the quality of the terrain is much more visible, and yeah, having lower resolutions allows you to see the details of the game more clearly, and that's just one of the rather interesting little quirks. Also, look at those torches. That's one of the rather interesting quirks of Minecraft, and of really anything. You assume higher numbers makes things better. The higher, like we've been going, the whole games industry has been focusing on, first it was higher polygons, then it's higher, resolutions, then it's higher this, then it's higher that. The truth is, gameplay and what makes a game feel good is not always about those high numbers. There's a reason that, one of the things that makes Minecraft so successful is that it usually, on most of the platforms it releases on, prioritizes performance and frame rate over, making the game run at a high resolution. It prioritizes having the game be a playable, easy to analyze thing, because that gets people to play it, that gets people to enjoy it, and then if you want to increase those texture qualities later, every Minecraft game has the option to do that, and a lot of people do take that up. And yeah, that's why this is a genuine valid texture pack that I personally prefer, not even joking, to the 1024 by 1024. So yeah, with that said, before we go, I actually want to do just a few more 1024 versus this comparisons. So just for fun, I figured why not pick 10 blocks from, just a lot of different varieties, show them off in one by one. As you can see, I think most of these are reasonably clear what they are, like, red sandstone, some purple stained glass, some diamond blocks, some form of wood, some form of who knows what else. Some of these blocks are obvious, some of them aren't. In one by one, you can at least see what's going on. Let's see them all in 1024 now. But yeah, as you can really see, the difference is, it's night and day, but like, looking at some of these, because I just wanted to look at some more blocks here, just the detail from this distance, it doesn't look too much more. It looks like, oh, was this some regular Minecraft texture pack? And then you look a lot closer and you're like, oh yeah, you can definitely see this. There's something more going on there. This, oh yeah, that. The thinness and the beauty in that edge, kind of nice. The diamond block looks super weird. I guess it is a diamond block though. Oh, the bookshelf! Because it's such a high quality texture pack, it has a full-on, like, every book has a title, and it's like a real book from real life, I think. Like, this is Andrew Moss. I'm assuming the person who did this was British, maybe? Because there's very British problems down there too. And then obviously we've got a crafting table. It was a piece of... See, I said they were both wood-based things, and they are. As you can see, crafting table, just beauty, seeing all those little tools going on around there. We've got the furnace. My god, this is... it's too much. You look this close and you're like, I think this needs to be closer for me to properly appreciate. Yeah, there we go. That's proper furnace appreciation. The red mushroom block didn't change, even did the furnace, but the melon block did. Like I said, there's only so many blocks that could change. Look at that melon up close. This is better. If I put a melon this close to my face, it wouldn't look as good as it does right now in Minecraft. So, has to be said, put melons close to your face. That's a quote that won't be taken out of context. But no, with that said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing that more isn't always better. A common design phrase is that less is more. And I hate that, because less isn't more. If I take money away from you, I'm like, you have less money, but really less is more. You're going to be like, no, give that money back, please, Toy Cat. And in the same way, less resolution isn't more resolution, but it can be better resolution. So with that said, hope you all enjoyed the video. Like if you liked it, share if you liked it, subscribe with notifications turned on if you want to see more videos like this. Maybe diving into more texture packs and insane stuff like this. Look at this. Look, it's too unreal. It's too real that it makes it unreal. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.